This is Speaking of Wrestling. I've watched Extreme Rules, and this is really no Extreme Rules review. I will not make that much of an in-depth review of Extreme Rules, other than to say that I think it was a pretty good pay-per-view. It wasn't that much violence. The three last matches were the most violent of the matches on the card, which is good. A good progression. It wouldn't be good to start out with 2 or 3 brutal matches. That would be impossible for the main event of John Cena, Batista or Edge Jericho to top. Instead, they had a good progression, and the Extreme Makeover match exceeded my expectations in every aspect possible. When it was said and done, that Divas match so far on the pay-per-view had been the most brutal one that we've seen. So, with that said, Edge Jericho, very good match. Batista Cena, once again, my hats off to them, because I don't know how they do it. None of them are the clinic putting wrestling guy, but still, these two guys, when in the ring with each other, tend to put up the most fantastic, great, awesome, inspiring matches that you could ever see. They did it at SummerSlam 2008, they did it at WrestleMania 26, and they did it last night at Extreme Rules 2010. That's 3 matches, all very, very good, all way past the expectations, and I think they actually did better than the pay-per-view and than the storyline. They exceeded the storyline in the match, because the storyline, not that good leading up to Extreme Rules. Pretty good leading up to WrestleMania, but not that good leading up to Extreme Rules. But the match exceeded the expectations, and yeah. So I'm pretty confident, and I've heard mostly good reviews of Extreme Rules. Triple H Sheamus is very good as well, despite Triple H selling his injury throughout the entire match. And as it goes right now, there are a lot of wrap-up from this Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Allegedly, Joey Mercury, who's made his comeback defeating the now released Shelton Benjamin, was the guy being the helper, the secret helper of CM Punk, and that goes well hand in hand with the rumors and with Joey Mercury's past life filled with pills, what do you say? He used pills, he abused pills and medication. So with the help of CM Punk, he was saved and now joined the Straight Edge Society. Triple H might take a break after his loss with Sheamus. He has some nagging injuries, and he's selling them to help promote Sheamus, and he's also going to film the movie Killing Karma. So he's going to take a break. Batista's match, and here it comes. Before that, I was just going to say that as I expected, this May 17th Raw from Toronto will be a Bret Hart send-off. I mentioned that before, and it seemingly will be that way. A 3-hour Raw. Earlier rumored to be a commercial-free Raw for 2 hours, but apparently a 3-hour Raw send-off to Bret Hart. However, the major news right now is that Batista's match with John Cena last night at Extreme Rules might have been his last match in the WWE. His contract is up soon. It's up somewhere in the summer, and this would be a fitting end. Batista has said previously that he would want to go out on top with the best way possible, and I don't see any other way to do that. He was wrestling John Cena in one of the main events at WrestleMania in a very good match where he was the champion. He had the belt within the last couple of months before he quit or retired from wrestling, as I don't believe he will go to TNA. He has said earlier before that he has realized with his 2 last injuries last year that his body isn't what it used to be. He's 40 years old now, feeling 41. So yeah, he's realized he cannot go full force anymore. He did end very good. The heel, what it was supposed to be, that was what he was good at. He was a champion. He lost to Cena in 2 very good matches at WrestleMania and Extreme Rules. So yeah, it would be that fitting and going out strong that Batista has talked about. WWE apparently have no plans in what to do for Batista up to the end of the summer, and I don't know, he might have some more matches on television or show up on Raw on the draft Raw tonight. I don't know if Triple H will. But this is a very good time now. Shawn Michaels has retired, Batista might retire. We knew there were going to be a shift of generations in WWE. Undertaker is soon to leave as well. Triple H has only a few years left. Umaga, who was 38, was released last year, and unfortunately he passed away. But WWE is somewhat cleaning out these old names, being 40 plus now, and giving way for Sheamus, Jack Swagger, The Miz, John Morrison, Drew McIntyre, and Teddy DiBiase, and several other names. So it's a breath of fresh air, I think. And some of the guys like Swagger, The Miz, they are doing very good. Sheamus is not really over as a heel yet, but he will be, and that depends from time to time, from week to week. But Jack Swagger and The Miz, Morrison, they are working perfectly well with the fans, and I believe in a way to help these guys get over, the old wrestlers must leave, giving way for them. And that's what's happening right now. In one month, Shawn Michaels and Batista might leave the WWE. Me personally, I've never been a fan of Batista. He improved a lot on me being a heel. He did very good as a heel, much better as a heel than he was as a face. He lived for a very long time after his 3 wins against Triple H in 2005, and that wave of momentum carried him for several years, but in the final line it caught up with him. They had to turn him heel, and that was the right thing to do. He had a very good career. You can never put down someone who did as good as he did, being champion as for many times as he was. That means something. He put in a hard effort in there, became a wrestler pretty late in his life. He didn't grow up being a wrestler, so it was a good effort. Still making it as good as it was. Though I have never been that high on him, and I really won't miss him. I can say that. I mean, Shawn Michaels, I wasn't a big fan of him due to the Bret Hart thing, but still he was a great wrestler, and it felt a bit empty when he left. It's already starting to fade away in vain a little as things move on. But for Batista, I can pretty honestly say that I won't miss him. Not in a hateful way, but I simply don't connect with the guy. So that's as it goes right now. Batista might have had his last match with John Cena last night at Extreme Rules. If that was not the case, he's possibly leaving anyways within the next couple of months. So this might have been the last and the best we've seen of One Day Batista. Thank you for watching. Send in your thoughts. Have a nice day.